Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to the 2021 school year. This training is required for teachers and proctors. So welcome to our CTE teachers. And just remember, this year might be a little different, but we all are still here to help students get certified and ready to be out in their jobs. So we'll start by meeting our team. Rita Davis is the director for Adult and Career Ed. Brian Granstra is the coordinator. Lisa Wright is the coordinator for any of our health occupations. Karen Pikula is our information specialist, so she deals with all of the reporting. Any issues with that, you can contact her. Juan Mejia is our application support specialist. He deals with any sort of help tickets or issues that you may have while you're actually testing. And Lori Wood is our director secretary. I am Kelly Thawley. I am the career specialist, and I am responsible for diversified education, so all of OJT, our career exploration, which includes the middle school level, My Career Shines, and our mobile career lab that we're in the process of creating right now called our Excel Bus. I also oversee internship programs and our Fielder app, as you can see there. Next is Jeremy.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jeremy Bailey. I'll be overseeing architecture and construction, energy, finance, law, public safety and security, manufacturing, and transportation, distribution, and logistics. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me for anything that comes up.
I'm Nicole Bailey, and I'm in charge of the business management and administration, education and training, hospitality and tourism, human services, information technology, and marketing and sales service. And here's Mary.
Hello, I am Mary Graham. I'm teacher on assignment for the Career and Technical Education Department, and I help with the Agriculture, Food, and Natural Resources programs, our Arts EV communication programs, Engineering and Technology programs, the Government and Public Administration programs, and I help Lisa Wright with some of our health science programs also.
Here is a checklist for all our teachers and proctors, just to kind of go through and see what you need. This checklist will be available multiple times throughout this recording, and it is also located on our website, which is right here. So if you go to our Career and Tech Ed website and search down to industry certification information, you will find all of those links right here in one place. And we will have, at that point, the video will be linked there as well.
So today we are going to walk through the 2020-2021 industry certification training. And this is a requirement for all teachers and proctors to complete. Kelly just had the check sheet up, so watching this training video is one of the items that we need to do. When you finish doing the video, there is a quiz. So we will be going over information that you will find in the quiz, that means just for the quiz. Our career and technical education programs are all set up to offer industry certification. And these are recognized and valued by national industries, our business partners, post-secondary institutes. We're very proud of the work that you do to support students and learning and get them ready for their future. Information pertaining to teachers and your industry certifications. The teacher must hold the same certification or an advanced certification that they're offering the students, and that is state statute. These are all linked if you'd like more information. This PowerPoint will be available on that website also. So teachers must hold the same certification as students. The CTE department is responsible for tracking those. So once you pass the certification, please use the 2020-2021 CTE Teacher Proof of Industry Certification Google form to upload a copy of your certificate. You do not need your score report, just your certificate. If you have previously done those, we have them on file already. You don't have to repeat that. But any new teachers or new certifications, please be sure you're updating those forms. All new CTE teachers are required to take your industry certifications at the school district office with one of the TOAs. You can reach out to whichever of us oversees your program to schedule that. Before you sit for the certification, teachers must demonstrate a level of mastery by passing test score or practice test 3 times for 80%. That is new this year. Used to be 85%, but we reduced that to 80%.
Well,
That's 3 practice tests with a score of 80 or better. And then if you are not a new CTE teacher, you have previously earned industry certification, you can be proctored at your school by the testing coordinator or technology specialist. You cannot be proctored by a teacher who is also offering the same certification. Teachers have to follow the certifying agency's retake policy, while students have to wait 20 days between exam attempts. Are not held to that same 20 days. So please make sure you're following the certifying agency's wait period. If you pass an exam, congratulations, make sure you upload your certificate, and then you cannot retake that exam again. Teachers should be monitored during their exam, just like students are monitored. And teachers cannot have recording devices. We want to make sure we're following all of the requirements of the testing agency. If there is any suspicious activity or unethical practices during the testing, it needs to be reported immediately to the teacher on assignment for that career cluster. So now for information regarding student certification. Only students who have signed the code of conduct and specifically allowed directory release of information are permitted to sit for certification testing. That is because information is released to a certifying agency, and this form covers us for any legal abuse. So again, new this year, students preparing for an exam have to pass 3 practice tests with a score of 80% or higher before they sit to test. Nicole will be talking about how we're going to track that information. Students who are testing cannot be in a room, they cannot test with students who are not testing in the same classroom. So they should be in a designated testing lab with only students who are sitting for industry certification. They again should be proctored by the technology specialist, your testing coordinator, or another approved proctor. They cannot be proctored by another teacher who is offering the same certifications. So for example, if you have 2 teachers that are doing DIT and students are sitting for the Microsoft certification, one DIT teacher cannot proctor the other DIT teacher's student. Students are only permitted to sit for an exam 3 times during an academic year and must wait 20 days in between testing. We say 21 days. They have to remaster the standards of the exam and demonstrate that by getting an 80% on 3 practice tests. They cannot take the test over 2 periods. All exams must be done in 1 sitting. And student industry certification scores, whether they pass or fail, must be reported within 3 days. Again, Nicole's going to go over how we're tracking that information. And schools are expected to maintain an 80% pass rate on each individual certification. If your pass rate falls below a 50% overall, then you will meet with your TOA to create a 3-year strategic plan for your program to help increase those scores.
All right. Excuse me. Hello again, everybody. I'll be going over teacher and proctor conduct. Teachers who provide direct instruction leading to industry certification exams and proctors shall not engage in conduct that jeopardizes the validity of the industry certification exam results. So Please be aware of that. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. The school district of Lee County must receive verification that each responsible teacher and proctor have received training on test security. All CTE teachers and proctors must register through a specific authorized testing center. The example is Certiport, and complete the 2021 CTE industry certification policies procedures quiz by August 30th, 2020. Teachers and proctors must annually sign a statement of educational integrity, which includes the detrimental and negative impact academic dishonesty brings upon a profession, as well as the safety and security hazard which may result when candidates have not met the industry standard acceptable training. All teachers providing instruction and proctors administering industry certification exams must sign the 2021 Statement of Educational Integrity form, and there's a link for that as well. Okay, and to continue with teacher and proctor conduct, all teachers providing instruction and proctors administering industry certification exams must sign the form FCAPAE 04, Florida Career and Professional Education Act Industry Certification Test Administration and Security Agreement. Completed forms must be on file for student certification to be reported to Florida DOE. Very important, and for CAPE funding. Return all signed forms to Karen Kula in the ACE department. Failure to follow the rule, right here, will result in disciplinary action from the school district of Lee County. CAPE industry certifications may not be reported to Florida DOE. District shall prepare a report made to the department and the certifying agency of the teacher, of any teacher or proctor violations. This notification must occur within 5 business days unless the certifying agency has a more stringent requirement. The report shall include a description of the incident, the names of the persons involved in the, or a witness to the incident, and other information as appropriate.
Hi, I'm Juan Mejia. I'm the application support specialist over here at CTE, and I wanted to touch base on the certification testing process. One of the issues that we would like to make sure and reassure is that when a student is on a testing station and is experiencing any technical issues that's related to hardware or software, and that's preventing the students from completing their test on the same day, they must ensure that they follow the following steps. They first must call their certified testing agency, such as Certiport or Summit or whoever it is, and report the issue. We cannot stretch as much as to tell us that we need to keep track of all the issues that occur during the testing. Also, while you're after the issue has been called in, please submit a help ticket and please escalate it to your school tech so that way they could escalate it to CTE, and that way we could have a record of everything and all the issues that have been submitted to CTE. Also, if an exam is invalidated by the certifying agency due to testing irregularities, we would also like you to submit a help ticket that was created and closed, and please do not retest the student unless I say so or unless the ticket has been closed. If not, the student would have to wait 20 days.
Right, here is that checklist again. You have the policies and procedures, this video, your policies and procedures quiz, and then this is the link for your proctor agreements that Jeremy touched on. Also, please make sure you familiarize yourself with your industry certification testing process and with the Google tracking sheets. And Nicole's gonna go over the tracking sheets in just a moment. I do wanna take a minute to show you guys the proctor agreements and what these look like. So when you click on it, you'll open these up, follow the directions, you need to watch this training video, and then you need to access both of these forms. So they are on one file, but they are both forms. And then you can complete and sign both forms, email them to Karen Pakula, And here are your options for how to do it. You can either physically print them, sign them, scan them back in, and then email them to Karen as an attachment. Or you can download them using the little 3 buttons over here. Click download. They will start to download at the bottom of your screen. Click the little arrow that goes up, and then you can choose show in folder. Once you open it from the folder, you can actually pull it out of there. And then from here, you can go in and just go through all of the prompts to follow them to submit your electronic signature.
All right, and if you'll hand over the screen to me, Kelly, I'll get it there and I'll start with the MOS or the industry certification tracking. First off, each school has a folder and you should have access to that folder. If for any reason you're missing access, you're a new teacher, you don't see your name on there, give me a couple weeks to get it all updated, or shoot me an email. My name's Nicole Bailey, and I will make sure I add those. Each school, here's all the schools, then each school has their own folder. And in here is your tracking sheet that you're going to use to keep track of all your industry certification attempts. I also put a folder in here for each teacher. So when a student gets certified, you need to make sure you upload a copy of their certificate. Do not send a score report. We need their certificate. And you can store those in each of these folders. And I'll show you where to put a link to those later. On the PowerPoint that we have linked for the video, there's more information that walks you through this process step by step, but I thought it'd be easier to show each of you how it works here. Each school has a teacher and proctor checklist. On here, you'll see the names of teachers. Here's a link to that form, the 2 forms you needed, also to the policies and procedures training and the quiz. It all takes you to the school website or the Lee Schools CTE website. So if you have a proctor at your school that's new, maybe throughout the year they come on and you have a new proctor, you need to make sure that they have access to that and they can link to get all the forms and everything turned in. My name's here. I have filled out my form, so I marked it as true. I can do that. You guys cannot do that from your website, but you can see that we've received all of your information if it has true next to your name. You can also see what teacher certifications you've uploaded to us, because I'll have those also listed over here. All right, so when you're testing throughout the year, each teacher has their own tab. You'll find their name. I have the school listed here. I should have the teacher's name. You'll need to type in the teacher did. That's your ID number. That helps with tracking of any bonuses that are going to be received. What grade level the student is in. This is new this year. We're going to have which program they're in, the program number, and also the course ID number that the student is taking the course. Then we have the student ID. You need to type in, based on your roster, the student's first and last name as it appears on the roster, which certification test they're taking, and I tried to personalize each page. So if you look on here and the course that you're teaching isn't on there, or the certification that you're having the students take isn't on there, please just shoot me an email with all the appropriate information and I will add it. If you notice this year, you have to have an 80% or higher on 3 practice exams, and that's a yes or no if they have that. When they take an exam, you're going to put the final score. You're going to put if they passed or failed, what date they took the exam, which attempt, was it the first, second, or third. If you're working on the MOS bundle, if you're not doing a MOS certification, you do not need to worry about this, but if it's a MOS bundle and the student had one of the certifications of previous year, you can put down who the teacher was and what school that they took it in. Then the testing environment, this is new. We have in-person testing. There are some agencies that had online testing. They could test at home. And then Certiport had a couple options if you're doing the Certiport testing. Certiport should be testing online through December 31st. However, those test dates are hard to come by. So if you have a student who is doing Lee Home Connect, we recommend that you make arrangements for those students to test at your school if you're unable to get them a date on Certiport. Karen Procula enters all the information. So once you start putting the information in, and you should have it in within 3 days of the student testing, she goes in and she has to record all this into Focus. So she will freeze all these previous cells once she's verified that, so you cannot make changes once she has her initials in here. If for some reason you need to make a change or request a change, you can email her, and you can also make a comment there in column T. Column U is where you're gonna link your certifications or the certificates. Again, I put on here, each of you have a folder, so you can just do a batch like once a week and have them all in there. You don't need to download each individual student's certification. You can just do each one like once a week. And whoops. Also, I don't have it on this one, but if you're a MOS teacher, there is a page for MOS bundles. I'll find one. I believe KPI has one. You're only going to record the full completed bundle on your page with your name. Give it a second. But there will be an Almost MOS bundle page where you'll put down as a earn Word, Excel, or the individual MOS certificates. But only the completed bundle goes on your web page or on your tab there. All right, and that's all.
Again, if you guys just want to go through that checklist to get to that web page that you can find on the Adult and Career Ed site for the district, go into Career and Tech Ed, and then you'll see the tab for industry certification. All of these things are on there. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of our teammates, and we'll make sure to get it to whoever it needs to get to. Get those forms turned in and sent to Karen, Karen API@leeschools.net by August 30th. So make sure that you guys are also checking your CTE updates that we send out throughout the year, especially since this year is going to be really interesting. Any updates, any new information that we need all of you to know will be sent out through those CTE updates. And again, feel free to reach out to any of us with any questions. We're so happy to have you back, and welcome back to a new school year.